Thank you so much for subscribing to my newsletter as always. Late summer, changes in the air. We can already feel it, or at least I can. And if you haven't yet, you will after this short 30-minute Yin Breathwork practice specifically for late summer, which is governed by the earth element. I think of late summer like a bonus season. It starts about the third week of August and continues until the autumn equinox. But this transitory energy also exists, governed by the earth element as well, between every other season. So the change itself is the season. You can think of it like having one foot in summer and one foot in autumn, and you in the center mediating the two. Mediating the circumstances of what nature is doing, which is starting to prepare itself for the autumn harvest. So what we'll need today is a blanket or a towel, some sort of block or Tupperware with a towel on top, and I think that's it, and just yourself. So take a moment to grab those items if you don't have them, and we will get started in a seat. Make yourself comfortable. You can sit with your legs crossed, wide out in front of you. If you prefer to lay down, you're welcome to that too. You can bring the soles of your feet to the floor. Walk your heels so they're right underneath your knees. And start to close your eyes as you become aware of your breath. Start to take breath in and out through your nose if you can, but don't make any other changes just yet. Let the curtain begin to fall on the external world as you get really curious about what your internal life is composed of. You've taken a couple breaths, just start to become aware of your everyday breath. Is there anything interesting to notice? Any catching? Is there a sense that there's latent energy behind your eyelids? Little shakes or wobbles in your body. For instance, I was feeling some in my right knee here, so I went ahead and relaxed those muscles. And then start to feel the ground beneath your body, whatever part of your body is touching the ground, or a prop perhaps. And can you feel the weight of yourself pressing down, becoming a little bit lighter as you take a normal, natural inhale through your nose, and then nestling in a little deeper as you exhale. You can begin to deepen your breath now, perhaps softly applying Ujjayi pranayama so you can wrangle any of those shakes, trembles, or just any latent kinetic energy in your body that's summer. Take a couple big breaths in through the nose. And full exhales out through the nose. We'll continue with this same breath, so perhaps a soft application of ujjayi by constricting the back of your throat, or just normal inhales and exhales, whichever is best for you right now. Take an exhale, and then a big breath in and count to 4. Pause at the top for 4. Exhale for 4. And pause at the bottom for 4. Inhale for 4. Pause for 4. Exhale for 4. And pause for 4. Take a big breath in. And a slow, controlled exhale out. We'll begin again. Inhale for 4. Pause for 4. Exhale for 6. If you can, maybe 5 or perhaps 4 once more. And then pause for 2. Take a normal breath in. And a normal breath out. Last round. Inhale for 4. Pause for 4. Exhale for 6. Pause for 2. And inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Good. Let your breath return to normal for a moment. And notice where that kinetic energy still lies, if it does. Flutter your eyes open whenever you're ready, and we'll move onto the belly for a supported sphinx pose. So you can roll up a towel. If you have a bolster, you can use one too, but you can roll up a towel like this. I've got it about 75% of the way rolled, excuse me. And then you can extend your legs out behind you and bring the roll or the bolster, whatever you're using, to the bottom couple of ribs. You're going to plant your elbows underneath your shoulders, your palms down onto the mat, and I personally like a block for my head, so I'll be using that to rest my forehead. You're going to feel some gentle compression in the front of the abdomen. If that feels too intense, you can unroll the towel a bit. For more pressure, you'll do the opposite, which is roll it up some more. You can release that constriction in your throat here and breathe normally. And as you soften in for about 15 breaths, notice where that kinetic energy is here in this shape. Palms, elbows, shoulders, back, hips, legs, feet, breath in. Slow exhale out as you begin to lift your head by pressing into your forearms. Grow your shoulder blades down your back as you lift through the crown of your head. Inhale. And then exhale. Slowly let your chin drop towards your chest. And press your hands down underneath your shoulders. You can keep the tops of your feet down, keep your knees and shins down so you can press yourself into a tabletop. Child's pose. You can widen your knees any amount, maybe bringing big toes to touch and knees towards the outside edges of your mat. Maybe a block underneath your chest for a little bit of extra support. And then recline down until your forehead touches the earth, forearms soften. 5 breaths. And start to walk your hands back towards your hips, and if you're using a block underneath your chest, you can move that over to the side for now. We'll come back into child's pose, but this time you can walk both hands over to the right, eventually sliding your left hand forward and resting your forehead down onto the mat. You can extend right arm long as well, or you can slide it down and bring your right hand onto your right heel. Big breath in to left ribs, left side body. Let your forearm, your elbow, your upper arm melt down towards the mat. Press left hip towards left heel. And then as you exhale, soften fully, letting the ground support you. Swing your right arm around to meet your left. And walk both hands back to the center for child's pose. Walk both hands over to the left. Pull your right hip to your right heel, soften your right forearm to the mat, and you can keep your left hand where it is out long, or slide your left hand to your left foot, getting a grip on the heel. As you exhale, soften bones, muscles, all of you into the earth, and breathe. Swing your left arm around to meet your right. And walk both hands to the center for child's pose. Press forward into a tabletop and bring your knees underneath your hips. drop your belly, lift tailbone and shoulders. Lengthen from your navel to your sternum. And then drop chin to chest. Start to curl tailbone underneath you. Lengthen the back of your body up towards the mat. Sitting bones reach down. Then come to a seat. And widen your legs for Dragonfly. You can use a bolster here. I'm going to skip that today. So you can rest your hands wherever is comfortable in your lap, to your to the outsides of your legs. I'm going to slide my hands forward and pause for 10 breaths. Keeping my spine long, letting the backs of my legs lengthen as muscles are soft and relaxed. Ankles can relax. Chin drops slightly to lengthen back of the neck, and keep your shoulder blades on your back body so sternum lifts and collarbone separate. Next inhale, you can either trace hands up the fronts of your thighs or grab your bolster so you can come up into a seat. Big breath in. Big breath out. Come to lying down. Reach your legs and your arms long. And then gather your right knee in towards your chest. Let your left ankle relax. Guide your right knee in a circle, at least one in both directions. And then bring your right knee to stack on top of your right hip. Right ankle can keep relaxing. Left hand is going to find a right thigh, and you're going to ball your right hand up into a fist and place it as close towards your hip crease and low belly as you can. Slowly start to drag your right knee to the left and feel that little bit of compression in the right low belly by way of your fist. Take a big breath in, fill up low belly and expand against your fist. Bring your knee back to center. Release your fist, send your right arm out long and take a supine twist. Right knee all the way over to the left and keep right shoulder blade down onto the mat. You can let your chin fall to the right and look right. Make your way back to center. Send your right leg along to meet your left. Arms can be wide or resting on your belly for a moment. Close your eyes. Gather your left knee in towards your chest. Keep your right leg relaxed in where it is. Guide your left knee in a circle in each direction. And then bring your right hand to the outside of your left thigh. Ball your left hand into a fist and slide it as close to the hip flexor as you can, pressing on your left low belly and the hip flexor. With that little bit of compression, start to guide your left knee to the right. And take a big breath in, expanding belly against the thigh, feeling that little squeezing, maybe even slightly uncomfortable sensation in the left groin. Back to center, release the fist, send the left arm along, it can be bent or straight, and take a supine twist, left knee to the right any amount. You can let your chin fall to the left, but keep your left shoulder blade down. And then exhale, make your way back to center, bring both knees into your chest. We'll end class, the last pose of class at least, will be legs up the wall. So if you don't have a wall handy, you can get on a heavy book or a block, place it underneath your sacrum, bring your knees into your chest, and eventually send your legs up long. You can also use other household items like an ottoman or a sofa. And if you do have a wall, you're going to bring one of your hips close to the wall. Come onto your forearms so you can swing the backs of your legs up against the wall. And then adjust as you need. You can shimmy yourself a little bit closer or farther away. You can rest your hands out wide. You can bring them over your head with the elbows soft. You can rest palms on the belly. stay here for as long as you'd like. The next 10 minutes honestly would be great if you've got the time. We'll end class with a breathwork practice. So when you're ready to come out, if you're in bridge version, you'll bring your feet to the floor, heels underneath the knees, lift your hips, and move your prop over to the side. If you're at a wall, you can start to shimmy your hips away from the wall so you can bend your knees and bring soles of feet down towards your hips. You'll roll over onto one side and take your time here, maybe resting your ear on your bicep. When you're ready, press your bottom hand down and make your way to any comfortable seat, including constructive rest lying down. You can set yourself up on a block, blanket, or in a chair, and we'll take 5 rounds of Bhramari breath, sometimes called bee or buzzing breath. This type of breath work stimulates our parasympathetic nervous system. That's the rest and digest system in our body. Start by taking a couple rounds of breath with your eyes closed, acquainting yourself once again with your everyday breath. And then flutter your eyes open. This breath works best if you watch me demo it and then try it yourself, because you're going to be blocking your ears and your eyes, so it's hard to do after the fact. So I'll show you the breath, then we'll do it together. So you're going to bring both hands to your forehead like this. And then your thumbs are going to gently press your ears to block the sound. So it's right in front of the part of your ear that you can go inside, and you're going to make some gentle pressure there. Eventually, you're going to slide your hands down so that your fingers are blocking your eyes. You'll inhale normally. And with all of your senses blocked, you're going to buzz like a bee as you exhale. Normal inhale, buzz on the exhale. You will exhale as long as you can or want to, and then take a normal inhale through your nose and then go again, and we'll do 5 rounds. So hopefully you got a little practice round where you can block your hearing with the tips of your thumbs. Interlace your fingers starting on the forehead and then slide them down to block your eyes. Normal inhale and buzz on the exhale. Last round. After 5 rounds, lower your hands. Let your breath return to normal. Keep your eyes closed. Notice anything interesting, new, or familiar. so much for sharing your practice with me. Namaste.